Are you a patient writer or an urgent writer?
Ooh, tell me what an urgent writer is.
Well, I think for the past year, I've been really fascinated by speed and urgency. And in the Chinese zodiac, this is the year of the horse as well. I've always been, I think for a long time, a very patient person. I take
Mm.
my time. I'm very calm. And that has its advantages. But sometimes it's like, hey, let's get this done because otherwise it remains an open tab in your head or an
Mhm.
open loop. And that just kind of it nibbles in the back of my mind. Oh yeah, I got to get that done. I got to get that done. And so I feel like in situations like that, urgency is super helpful. So I'm trying to be a more urgent writer now, but for a really long time I've been a patient writer. And I think at the end of the day, it's a little bit of a yin and yang thing where you got to have both in you. But I'm curious about you. Naturally, are you more of a patient writer or an urgent writer?
So I think I would have to say patient only because this has been years, years and years for me to try to get this novel out. But when the urgency hits, I do my short fiction pieces. And then I can turn around that in 2 days, send it off, and get it published in a magazine.
You impress
So,
me.
well, thank you. I mean, if I want it, I think this is what it comes down to. If I want to get something done, I'm going to focus my full energy on it really hard for 1 or 2 days and then see what happens, see where it lands. And I cannot recall in the period that I was submitting short fiction, I can't recall maybe but 1 or 2 rejections. It's not that my writing, I mean, I would like to think my writing is outstanding, but it's very if you're selecting the right kind of magazine, fiction magazine for your work, there's no reason why it shouldn't get published. Um,
Mhm.
so I think if you do your research on the front end, you'll see the results. So when I have to convince myself I'm doing this and this is my calling and there's a reason I want to be an author, then I will challenge myself with, okay, go find a competition, look at the theme of that short fiction competition and whip it out. So there are periods of time where I'm very much impatient, and that's what happens. I'll write short fiction.
I'm super fast with writing poetry or songs, but
Mhm.
short stories even I struggle with, and it could be
Mhm.
years where it's like it's still not done. And I'll always remember, Stanley talking about how um him and his wife wanted to do something, like take a trip or whatever. So that night he would just write a story and then cash in the
Mhm.
next day. It's like I don't know how you do that. So people that are able to write short stories so quickly like yourself, it really impresses me. I don't know why. For me, it's just a struggle to close that, put a period on that.
Mm. Well, I know we teach Fahrenheit 451 to our sophomores, and I know Ray Bradbury wrote that in a basement of a library for 10 cents an hour, I believe, on his typewriter. So he knocked that novel out in 2 days. And
Wow.
I mean, he did not, and I could be incorrect, but I've watched interviews with him. He did it in a very short amount of time. Um, and he was on a typewriter. So he didn't go back and do all these revisions that we can do today with computers. And that is a work of fiction that I feel like we will always be teaching. So it's all about process and it's about how your mind works.